How's it going, guys? Welcome to the Motion Plug. My name is Marco, and today I'm going to be showing you 5 things that I think have helped me become a faster motion designer. Let's get to it. Okay, number 1, I call Alt PSR. That's basically holding Alt P or Alt S and Alt R to set keyframes on position, scale, and rotation. Let's get into it. Okay, and basically what I mean by that is holding Alt and hitting P, S, or R to set a keyframe on position, scale, or rotation, and that's how you do it. I see a lot of people, they will click a layer, twirl it down, and then click the position, click the property they want to animate. And usually when you're animating, you're doing, position, scale, and rotation. Those are the things that you're animating. So it's really easy to just be like, go to your home frame, Alt P, move that keyframe over, oops, and then just slide it out, and like that's such a faster way to animate, let me just add a little boop. So yeah, so next time you're working, and you need to scale something, hit Alt S, or you need to change rotation, Alt R. It's just gonna be a lot faster. Eventually, you will save a lot of time eventually doing this, okay? Okay, number 2. Can't find my notes. Number 2 is the effects console by Video Copilot. It does a lot of different things, but the one that I use the most, actually the only thing I really use with it, I probably should mess with it more, but let's be real, this is the main reason people get it. This is why I got it, okay? Let's say you have like a solid, right? You made your solid, scooted it down, and then you wanted to add like a fill to it, right? If you hit Shift and Spacebar, you're gonna pull up this little menu. And that menu is awesome because you can type in whatever you want and it'll add it to the layer. So like say I want to add a fill to this, boom, I can make it, make it a little darker. Maybe I want to add drop shadow to the type. See how easy that was? Maybe I want to add a fill to the type. I want to change it later. Maybe I want to add a choker to it. That's not how you spell choker, but yeah, you get the idea. It's really easy to add effects, and I see a lot of people, they'll add effects by going over here. It's like buried in here, and then they'll search for the effect in here. It just takes time. Another way to do it is right clicking on the layer and going to effect, and you get all the effects here. Another way to do it is when you're selected on the layer to go over here, right click, and then you have all your effects. Or if you know the effect name, just use the effects console. It's so fast. Number 3 is another free plugin called Move Anchor Point. You're gonna want this one. Let me show you why. This is also another free plugin that you can download, and this one is great for moving your anchor point to these different locations. You can see it's happening on the board. I feel like I don't need to really explain why that's helpful. If you've ever moved an anchor point before, it's a pain in the butt. You can't just click and drag it, right? You have to be on your pan behind tool, which is up here, which is hotkey Y. And that's really the only way to do it. And there's no guarantee that you're gonna get perfectly in there. I guess if you zoom super in there, then you can do it. But it's just, I don't know, it's a waste of time, man. All you gotta do is, boom, hit that one, center it up. I use this all the time. Especially for like swinging type, like you have type swinging into frame. It's always nice to set your anchor point right there. That's Move Anchor Point. That's gonna save you so much time. Okay. Number 4, a little bit of a dirty word sometimes, people don't like it, but dude, it helps me so much and I use it for so many things, and that's another free plugin called Ease and Wizz. I use this one all the time. Let me kind of show you how I use it a lot. And I use it for like type animation. You can use it for anything. So I'm gonna use Alt P. All right, I'm gonna set that keyframe. Maybe move this down. And then what I'll do here is add an elastic one. And then I want it to affect the keyframes going out. So basically this is gonna affect the out of the animation, like the end of it. You can have it, affect the in part. So the in part's very elastic, or you could have both in and out. But really, truly, the only one I ever use is out. So I'll do that with the keyframe selected, you hit apply, and it's just gonna apply the expression to it, right? Now watch this animation. It's got a little pep in it, right? And the longer we extend the keyframe out, the more that pep it's got. Pretty cool. Now, if you notice, it kind of sways back and forth. I usually get rid of that by just going into the expression. What I'll do is, I did that really fast. I'll hit U like 2 times and it'll open this up. You can see it. Then you can go down here, click in this 50, get rid of that, make it 0, and then now you'll notice it doesn't move left and right. It's just a nice, right? See what I mean? And then look, it's pretty easy to just go in there And then let's say we'll hit Q to pull up our masking tool. We just kind of just draw some mask around it, duplicate it, and duplicate it. Look at that. And now we have, we just offset these a couple frames each. Huh? Oh, I must have messed that up. There we go. Look at that. Pretty sweet. And then if you go into here, you can hit U, and then select these keyframes, right? And maybe we want to change it to bounce out. Now this one's probably going to look a little weird since it's going up, and most things that bounce come from falling down, but let's just try it. Not bad. What if we just grab all these and then move them up right here? Look at that. Pretty sweet. Now with bouncing, usually you want less, so let's just kind of scoot those in. Not bad, right? Add a little motion blur to it. That didn't do anything. Add a little motion blur. Not bad. Yeah, that's Ease and Wizz. Okay, and then number 5, the last one, I call it working in tens. Let me show you. Okay, the last one you probably see me doing the whole time during this tutorial, and I call it working in tens. And basically what that is when I set a keyframe, I usually set it where I know the animation's gonna begin. So I'll set the keyframe, and then what I call it is throwing it out in tens, and I'm just holding Option, Shift, and the right arrow. And that's gonna toss, wow. That's gonna toss those keyframes out 10 frames, okay? Now once you do that, you notice once you move your layer, it's gonna automatically adjust the keyframes over here. And this makes it so quick for animating, especially if you once you start doing this a lot, you'll realize what animations you do repeat a lot. And it's not something you can really templatize, it's something that you'll just kind of get used to doing. And you get really fast at it, trust me. And then once you add, these things too to it also, add a little elastic. Let's do something fun with this type here. Boom, so we got that one. Maybe let's look here. Let's get rid of that. Duplicate it, move it over to the A. Now the A, I'm gonna go ahead and take these keyframes off, get rid of it, hit this anchor point tool, hit this anchor point tool right here, center up the keyframe. See how I did that? Boom. Command S, throw it out. And then I'm just gonna move it to 0. Okay. And then with these keyframes selected, I can, let's make it a bounce out. That's gonna look cool. Boom, bounce out. Move it over 3 frames. Check it out. Yeah. Let's do the S. All right. Hit U. Get rid of my keyframes. Take off that. What do I want to do with this one? Maybe I'll have this one kind of slide in from the side. So I hit Alt P, scoot it over, and set it that way, right? And then with this one, I will do an elastic out, right? Scoot it over 3 frames. Maybe not so much. And then this last one here, let's do this, check it out. Let's get rid of this keyframe. Get rid of that one. Move my mask over. Center the, actually, you know what? I'm gonna move the anchor point right there to the top. I'll do a little 3D action with this one. And then we'll just move my rotation there. Now, when you 3D the rotation, you can't hit Alt-R because what's going to do is set it to every single one, which I guess you can do. I just know I'm going to use this one. So that one, throw it out a little bit. Actually, that's the beginning frame, so throw it back. And then hit 0. Add an elastic out to it. Boom. And you can, change this up however you want to. This is just, me showing you quick. I just animated that. But that's it. The working in tens, probably my favorite way to tie all these together. But with those 5 tricks, I feel like you'll be able to get a lot faster at animating. Alright guys, that's it. Thank you so much for watching my video. I appreciate it. Please hit the subscribe button. I'm going to be doing a ton of more After Effects tutorials. I'm actually working on one that is for people that have never used After Effects at all. I used to teach After Effects. I've been doing it professionally since about 2007, so I got a good decade under my belt, and I'd love to show you guys how to make some magic with it. Thank you so much for watching again, and I'll see you next time.